Hello everyone, trading is closed on December 30th, 2020. We always start with our disclaimer to keep the lawyers happy. It's my plan for New Year's Eve, tomorrow. If we gap smartly in the undesired direction, the call's killed before the open. Can't guarantee I'm right. I can be wrong like anybody else, so trade at your own risk. My email is mejt.trades@gmail.com. My last call said I thought we were near a major top, but I'd prefer if we traded a bit higher first. I don't always get what I want, but this time we did. This was the pattern with the early low, and tomorrow's pattern has the early high. During the day, MEJT said we ultimately lower price it would print and ultimately higher price it would print. We got lower prices. We have an ultimate target that we exceed today's high. It also says this drop is a false move. Target most likely to print tomorrow, 37, 39, 34. Now, MEJT likes to leave failed targets at major changes in trend, and I think we're close. So you can't really be 100% certain these will print. But unless we gap down, I think we'll see 37, 39, 34, and have a decent chance to see 37, 44, 64, if not a bit higher. Here's what we said yesterday. I said we could have seen a top yesterday, but I prefer to see a higher price first. Well, tomorrow's pattern has a early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down. Typically, it's a negative day with a fine lower low. But early strength turns the tables, leads to more strength in days to come, even if the rest of the day trends lower. There's a higher target. Unless you gap down smartly, I favor it to print. There's also a higher ultimate target. There's no time limit, but normally you don't have to wait long. For 2 straight days, we've declined right from the open, but we've not followed through and closed under prior lows. Let me show you that. See, here we drop all day and the lows hold. We drop all day, once again the lows hold. And this 5 minutes in the end where they still held. This is the close. But breaking it, if we had broke it in the last 5 minutes, I wouldn't care. So time doesn't run out until tomorrow. We could still break down early tomorrow. I'm not predicting that one way or the other, but if we hold prior lows in the early trade, we should see higher prices. Trading higher and hitting our target doesn't guarantee a higher close. I still think we're near a major top. Happy New Year 2021. We have higher targets. If we gap down smartly under today's lows and preferably under yesterday's, the call's killed. Otherwise, you look for 37, 39, 34. And ultimately, meaning it's sometime, 37, 44, 64. One thing hasn't changed. Even if we trade higher, if we start to drop with authority, I believe it. We don't have to stop right here. We could go higher. We have higher targets, which are plausible. But at some point, with the sentiment readings the way they are, something has to give. And with the divergence between the indices, with the Russell and the Standard and Poor 500, something has to give. Right now, we're not certain when it gives. But if we see it, we'll believe it. Until then, we have higher prices on tap for tomorrow, unless we gap down, pattern with the early high, and that's today's call.